So, for today's episode, I want to talk about stress. Stress can impact both the brain and body, with long term stress potentially leading to cognitive and emotional challenges. When stress occurs, the brain signals the body to release hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. While short lived stress can be helpful, chronic stress can negatively affect the body, potentially contributing to issues like high blood pressure. Long-term stress can affect the brain's structure and function. Sometimes we don't realise that stress can significantly impact both our body and brain, leading to a range of cognitive, emotional and physical health issues. The effects on the brain: cognitive function. Stress can impair cognitive abilities including attention, memory and decision making. The release of stress hormones like cortisol can interfere with the hippocampus, the brain region responsible for forming and retrieving memories, leading to difficulties in learning and recall. Emotional regulation. Chronic stress can alter brain structure and function, particularly affecting the prefrontal cortex, which is involved in emotional regulation and executive functions. This can result in increased anxiety, depression, and difficulty managing emotions. Also, there's neurodegenerative risks. Long-term stress is associated with an increased risk of neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's. Stress can promote inflammation and other changes in the brain that contribute to cognitive decline. There's also brain structure changes. Prolonged exposure to stress hormones can lead to a reduction in the size of the hippocampus and prefrontal cortex, affecting memory and decision-making capabilities. This structural change can make individuals more susceptible to stress in the future. It can also have effects on the body, such as physiological response. So when a person is faced with stress, the body activates the fight or flight response, leading to increased heart rate, blood pressure and blood flow to the muscles. While this response is beneficial in the short term, chronic activation can lead to health issues such as hypertension and metabolic syndrome. It can have effects on your immune system suppression. Chronic stress can weaken the immune system, making the body more vulnerable to infections and diseases. This is due to the prolonged release of stress hormones, which can inhibit immune function. Stress can give you sleep disturbances. It often leads to sleep problems, which can further exacerbate its effects on the brain and body. Poor sleep quality can hinder the brain's ability to clear out neurotoxic proteins, increasing the risk of cognitive decline. It can have long-term health consequences because chronic stress is linked to various physical health problems, including cardiovascular diseases, obesity, and diabetes. The ongoing strain on the body can lead to significant health challenges over time. Understanding the profound effects of stress on both the brain and body highlights the importance of effective stress management strategies. Techniques such as mindfulness, regular physical activity, and adequate sleep can help mitigate the negative impacts of stress and promote overall well-being. Addressing stress not only improves your mental health, but also supports physical health, creating a holistic approach to wellness. So as we all know, we do experience stress at different times. But if you're one of these people that lives in a level 9 stress most of your life, and the slightest little thing pushes you up to a 10 on the fizz scale, where you can become explosive, then your body is in a permanent state of chronic stress. And that does have a profound effect on everything. It's something that everybody feels at times, especially when dealing with change or life challenges, such as money worries, work issues, or relationship problems. A little stress can be a good thing, as it helps us to get things done or focus on things that need our attention. How we manage stress can make a big difference to our mental well-being, and the first step to managing it is to know how it affects us and why. Common symptoms of stress and possible causes. So stress is the body's reaction to feeling threatened or under pressure. When we are stressed, our body releases the hormone called adrenaline, and that's what gives us the fight or flight, as this is the hormone that is associated, which usually gives us a boost of motivation for us to act quickly. But often there is too much stress, and it can affect our mood, our body, our relationships, especially when it feels out of control. It can also make us feel anxious, irritable, and in the long term affect our self-esteem. Experiencing long-term stress or severe stress can lead to feeling physical, mental, and emotional exhaustion, which is often called burnout. The signs of stress and the symptoms. Sometimes we don't realise that that's what it is. So it can affect our emotions, and it can make us irritable, angry, or tearful. It can make us feel worried, anxious, hopeless, or scared. We can struggle to make decisions, have racing thoughts, or feel overwhelmed. Now, the physical symptoms of stress include stomach problems, stress headaches, and other odd pains, including muscle pain. Skin reactions like stress rashes and hives, feeling dizzy, sick, or faint. As I said before, sometimes stress can cause high blood pressure and chest pains, but these symptoms should stop when the stress has gone. If you have any symptoms that you are worried about, or you feel you have more severe stress, you must see a GP. It can make us behave differently, especially around how much we eat, how much we exercise, our habits around drinking, smoking, or taking other substances, how much we see people or do things we used to enjoy, but now we avoid. What actually causes stress? Well, the things that cause stress vary from person to person. The level of stress you are comfortable with may be higher or lower than that of others around you. Stressful feelings typically happen when we feel we do not have the resources to manage the challenge that we face. It could be pressure at work, school, or home, illness, or difficult or sudden life events. They can all lead to stress. Possible causes of stress include our genes, upbringing, and experiences as children or adults, personal problems like relationship issues, life changes like moving house, having a baby, or a bereavement, money worries, housing issues, or job problems, health issues either for you or someone close to you, pregnancy and parenting, loneliness, or feeling unsupported. Tips on managing stress. Try these practical self-care tips, as they might make a big difference. Try self-help techniques. Practical guides to cognitive behavioural therapy can help you deal with stress by working through problems in new ways and building resilience. So try positive thinking. Positive thinking can help with stress relief. So take time to think about the good things in your life. Each day, list 3 things you're thankful for, however small. Try talking to someone. Trusted friends, family and colleagues, or contacting a helpline can help you to manage stress when you are struggling. Break down tasks into smaller steps. You might feel less stressed if you can take practical steps to break down something to make it easier and more manageable. Give yourself credit when you finish a task. Being active regularly can help you to burn off nervous energy, so it could be a way for you to deal with stress. Exercise might also help you to manage or reduce stress. Planning ahead for upcoming stressful days or events. Creating a to-do list, planning your journey, listing things you need to take. It can really help to relieve stress. You can do breathing exercises into your daily routine to manage stress and anxiety. No matter what you are doing, pausing for a few minutes to breathe can help you feel calmer. There's many different breathing techniques. There's box breathing, where you inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, hold 4 seconds, breathe out for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and then repeat. You can do focus breathing, where you breathe in for 6 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and breathe out slowly for 6 seconds. There's many techniques out there, many breathing exercises. You have to find what works for you. If you need to contact an expert like your GP to give you tips on managing your stress, then please do. There's charities, helplines and communities that are out there that can help you, such as the Samaritans, Time to Change, Mental Health Foundation and the Stress Management Society. Go to an NHS website, also can help you with stress. They have lots of information on there. Most people do feel stressed, but it sometimes affects people's life on a daily basis. My stress has always come from chronic people pleasing, because I'm trying to balance my own life and help other people to cope with theirs, when really they should be learning to cope with things themselves. But people pleasing has given me such a high stress level. So maybe take the time to think about what it is that makes you feel stressed the most. Write these things down. And when you look at what the things you've written down, now can you eliminate some of them? Are they your problem, or are you stress induced by other people? But if you feel like you are having burnout, you can't cope, your emotions are all over the place, then this is when you need to seek professional help. Because sometimes you are so in the midst of stress, you have no idea how to make yourself feel better. And some people are not very good at using computers or technology. So speak to a helpline, make an appointment with your doctor. If you're getting chest pains, you can ring the doctor and ask for an emergency appointment, because never minimize chest pains, even if they are being brought on by stress, because they could be something else. Even though stress can have an effect on your heart. And there's people that suffer with medical anxiety, which causes more stress. and they can sometimes feel like they're having a heart attack. And if you do feel like that, please just ring the doctors or ring 999. Never ever try to deal with things on your own that could be something significantly more dangerous. I'm no medical professional, but I have experienced chest pains myself, and I've convinced myself it's been brought on by stress because I live in a state of permanent stress. I'm trying in my journals, this new podcast that I'm doing, trying to minimize the stress within my life, because I spoke to a doctor and they asked me if I'd been stressed more recently. I already take statins, so really my heart is protected, but it doesn't mean I can go out there and like do crazy activities and eat loads of crap. I still have to look after my health, and stress was always a big factor in my life because, as I said before, I took on everybody else's stress, trying to make them feel better. And I don't do that now. I've only started this week. So like today is the 24th of September 2025 and it's Wednesday. Monday, I made the decision to not people please anymore and start a podcast to make myself accountable. So I hope you've enjoyed this session regarding stress. This will be just a bonus episode, but let me know if you want me to talk about more subjects. And I hope you have a lovely day today.